Hi, I'm Mark. This is my November review for Virgo Sun Sign and Virgo Rising. This month we start off with Mercury being very active, your ruler, and he makes an aspect on the 1st to Jupiter. This is very good for finances as Mercury is in the 2nd house. So this is a good time to get your finances sorted, and it's good for any business transactions. Then on the 2nd, Mercury makes a square to Pluto in that 5th house of creativity. So you need to keep an open mind. Don't get preoccupied with things. Keep an open mind because there could be something that comes up that will help in a creative way to increase your financial status. On the 4th we have a new moon. The new moon for this month is in Scorpio and it's in your 3rd house. And this is the house of Mercury, your ruler. So this month you're going to be very, very busy. There'll be emails, phone calls, texts, messages, social media, everything will be going crazy. And you can have some good input with this. The new moon is also opposite Uranus, so there'll be unusual and different things happening. This is a good chance for you to get out there and enjoy connecting with people and connecting with people with new ideas, bringing new ideas through, and just really concentrate on getting everything done and up to date. On the 5th, Venus moves into Capricorn and your 5th house. On the 6th, Mercury moves into Scorpio and your 3rd house. So there's a lot of movement and there's a connection between these two as well because they make a sextile aspect. So with Venus moving into the 5th house, it's a great time for creativity. It's a great time for connecting again with people of a like mind. Your appreciation of art and beauty will be increased. And it's a good time to write poetry or to do something that allows you to express yourself creatively. And with Mercury in the 3rd house in Scorpio, your mind will be quite probing, quite analytical, and you'll be able to delve beneath the surface and see and find out things that will aid you. And with the Venus in Capricorn as well, you might be able to connect with people who will be able to further your creative ambition. On Tuesday the 9th there's a need to proceed with caution. Mars, who's in Scorpio, which is great because he's co-ruler of Scorpio and becomes very intense and powerful in Scorpio, is in the 3rd house of Mercury. And this is the domain of the mind and the mental side of things. And Mercury actually conjuncts Mars during this 4-day period where Mars makes a square to Saturn. So Mars is in a difficult situation and this could increase irritability within you unless you can express all Mars's physical energy, because his physical energy, if it goes into the mind, will become irritable and anxious and may even lash out. So proceed with caution. Saturn is in the 6th house, so it could be your own scheduling. Maybe you've overscheduled. This could be what limits you and holds you back. It could be that you've just got too much to do. Maybe you've started a new exercise regime and you've tried to do other things and you've done, and it's not going to go smoothly because there's too many limitations you've put on yourself. So you need to lessen the load a bit. After 4 days, the square will be over and you'll be able to proceed at full speed again. On the 12th, you may be called upon to help someone, a friend in need or family or a partner. They may need some assistance, and you will feel very compassionate as you have the Sun trining Neptune in your 7th house. Now, it's also a day when your mind will be very, very, very inspired, and it'll be very, very inspirational, and you could think up some great new things. And again, it could be a day when you could get into the arts and do something with writing or something that's to do with communication. Then on the 13th, Mercury makes an opposition to Uranus, so your mind will be really buzzing. It's a hard day to sleep when there's so much going through your mind. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so these two work very well together, but probably too well together, and they'll generate a lot of excitement. On the 14th, with Venus making a square to Chiron in the 8th house, it's a good day to heal any past wounds related to love relationships or relationships where money was involved. It's a good day to let this all go now. Then on the 15th, it's a day when you will want to boss it. Whether you're the boss or not, you want to be in charge, you want to be doing everything, because the Sun makes a square to Jupiter in your 6th house of everyday routine. So you'll want to be in charge of everything, you want to get everything going, and you will be a driving force, but just be careful not to get too over exuberant. We spoke earlier about Mars being in square aspect to Saturn. Well, now on the 16th, Mars makes an opposition to Uranus, so there's more tension, more mental activity going on with Mars, and you need again to channel this physical energy in the right way, otherwise it will build out and a sudden outburst could happen. Now, maybe that you've been putting up with things for some time, and yes, it is a good time to change now, because the Sun also makes an aspect to Pluto. So this is a good time to clean house. It's a good time to purge and get rid of stuff you don't really need anymore, and it's also a good time to remove any obstacles that are blocking you, especially in a creative way, or in a sense that maybe you need to move forward in a slightly different direction. This may not happen straight away, but it may happen next year when Mars makes a square to Uranus. But if you can liberate yourself in some way, it will go a long way to making you feel a lot better, a lot calmer. Also on the 16th we have Saturn sextile Chiron. Now this aspect has been going on all year, and it will have its third and final connection on 26th November and will pass us by on the 7th of December. Now the first contact was in February, if you remember, the second contact was in June, and then we're in the third one now. So what's happening with this then? Well, you have Saturn in the 6th house, so this is related to your everyday routines, your work, your health, your diet and exercise. And it could be that something has suffered over the last year with what's gone on, and this is a final chance to heal any wounds that have been created over the last year and release them with this contact. And the main lesson to learn from this aspect is to trust in your own authority, to trust in your own inner voice when it's talking to you. There's a lot of decisions that have been made that have not been within our control, but with Saturn in that 6th house, you may have come up against some authority figures, maybe at work or in your daily routines, whereby you didn't always agree with what they said, but now you need to learn and understand why these decisions had to be made, and then you can put this all behind you, move on next year into the brighter future. It's a great day on the 18th because we have two trine aspects. First, from your ruler Mercury to Neptune, and Mercury being in the 3rd house, his imagination is going to run riot. It's a day filled with romance and poetry, and a real kinship with other people and your partners and loved ones. Also on that day, Venus makes a trine to Uranus, so this is a good day to try something new and exciting, something you've never done before. It's a good day to meet unusual and different people as well. On the 19th we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is in your 9th house. Now the eclipse belongs to the Saros 5 South series and is renowned for bringing good news, joyous occasions, happy events. So there's things to look forward to this eclipse. Being in your 9th house, your beliefs could be challenged in some way, but also it's good to look into the philosophical, religious or spiritual side of things at this time. Now, with the concentration being on the 3rd house over the last few weeks, you've been very busy. You've been doing a lot of communication and a lot of emails, letters, forms and stuff, the mundane stuff. So now it's time to look at the future and maybe plan a new adventure. Look at travel or learning something different, or meeting up with different people from different areas or walks of life. With this eclipse, the effect will last for some time, not just over this week, but for the weeks to follow. So there's something good and happy to look forward to. You can start planning your new adventure straight away, because the day after the full moon, your ruler Mercury makes a square to Jupiter. It's a good time to start putting plans into action. You'll feel very optimistic and buoyant. Also on this day we have a connection with Venus and Mars. These two will be going together for 12 days. So this could be a very beneficial time. Venus is in your 5th house of love, so a love affair could flourish under this aspect, or an existing relationship can have a new injection of life into it. Also, it's a creative time. With these two coming together, you can put your physical energy to create something wonderful. With Venus in that 5th house, music, dance, all these things are possible over this time, so it's a great 12 days to enjoy. On the 22nd, the Sun moves into Sagittarius in your 4th house. But for the next 5 days, he's conjunct the South Node along with Mercury, and the two are together. So we have a heavy concentration of energy around that South Node. But the thing is to use the South Node energy to balance things. I've spoken about the nodes before, and you need to achieve balance. You need to use your experiences and your talents from the past and use them to take yourself forward in the future. Now the North Node's in your 10th house of career and destiny and public standing, so this is the way you need to go. This is unfamiliar territory, it's scary, but this is the way you need to go. You need to look at the South Node. There will be synchronistic events that happen over these 5 days, so look out for them. Mercury will send you messages, and then you will know which way you need to be going. There'll be boundless opportunities that could be coming your way. Finish the month with 2 minor grand trines, and these are dynamic energy, so this is a great end. The 29th we see Mars making a trine to Neptune, so this is all about communication with others. They're both sextile Venus, which is in the house of creativity. So this is a great time to network and get in touch with other people and get things going between you. Then on the 30th there's a minor grand trine between the Sun and Chiron. Now this is healing and helping. This is going to be a connection at home, between the home and your finances, joint finances. So there's good news here, you can really get things going. And these are sextile by Saturn. Saturn is organisation and structure. So this could be injected into this area and you can really get things going. The fire energy is life-giving, so you can inject some life into things and really get the ball rolling. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the November review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you.